Hey, all right, Brendan. Another week, another questionable movie, I guess. I didn't seem to mind it all that much.
You didn't think this was a weird one?
I mean, it was maybe a little strange, but I mean, it comes with the territory.
Whew, well, I mean, rotten as it'll ever be, eh? Look at Rotten Tomatoes. My God.
No, it did pretty well on Rotten Tomatoes, actually.
What?
Yeah. I mean, and I was telling folks that I was going to be watching this, and nothing but support. A lot of people really looking forward to hearing our take on this.
Because they've never seen it and they're curious.
Oh, no, because they're big fans. They've seen it. In fact, they've been fans. They've been like, I think one of them told me they've been down since day one-ish.
Okay, well, first of all, Wrestling Reference got it in.
All right, good.
And second of all, this movie kind of tanked.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody thought it was going to lead to like really big, better things and like a resurgence, if you will, for the source material.
By source material, do you mean just the screenplay?
No. Like all the stuff that came before. I mean, and the cast. Oh my God, the cast. It was so good that they managed to get like all the original cast members to come back for this.
Okay, no, Nathan. I think we're a little confused here.
No. We watched Serenity, the Firefly movie.
No. This is Serenity.
Yeah.
This is the one that
Nathan
came out...
Fillion and Summer Glau.
No, this movie came out last year.
What?
Yeah.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, all right. Well, I guess. I mean, I could watch it before we start recording. Who's in it? Let me know. I mean, you agreed with the cast. I mean, come on.
Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, he's all right.
Yeah. We got Anne Hathaway.
Oh, I love her. I feel that she got a lot of hate that she didn't deserve, and fantastic actor.
We got Jimon Hunsu.
Oh man, he's in Guardians of the Galaxy, the Fast and the Furious movies, Biker Boys, so many good things. This sounds like it's going to be really, really good.
Right. And that's it. That's all. That's all the cast.
That's the only cast. That's it. Just those three folks.
Also Jason Clarke.
What was that?
Jason Clarke.
Can you speak like directly into the microphone, Brent? I'm not getting you in the earphones, pal.
Jason Clarke.
Nope.
When I pick a movie, that's when I'm under pressure now. The question always comes back to me, what were they thinking now? What were they thinking? What were they thinking?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was going to be, and then this happened.
Fun fact, I've never seen that Serenity.
That is an interesting tidbit if I've ever heard one.
It is a tidbit that's
I've never
interesting.
seen either.
Whoa! Someone has invaded the studio.
Hey.
I'm Brendan.
I'm Nathan.
And we have guests with us. This is a podcast, by the way. It's called What Were They Thinking? We talk about bad to questionable movies. And we have guests with us. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Home Video Hustle, returning to the show, Brent and the Spirit.
What up?
Hey.
Yay! Welcome.
I got one question right off the bat, B.
What were they thinking?
That is a good question, but I'll leave that one to y'all. But I got a real question.
Okay.
Why was I summoned for this movie?
Well, Brent, I feel like last time we didn't get the full experience.
True.
We missed out on a little bit of your commentary for Striking Distance. And I wanted to get you back as soon as possible. Now, I wanted to bring the spirit with you because the last time you were both here, we talked about an epic film known as Joe's Apartment.
The Criterion movie.
The Criterion film, yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. With commentary from the Roaches on the DVD.
Right.
So good. I was unaware that movie actually got them into SAG.
The first time I've ever had to watch the commentary with subtitles on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we wanted you to come along for the ride. I had heard some stories about how insane this movie is, and boy, howdy. Is it ever? This is not either Nathan or I that picked this movie. This is a Patreon pick from our good old friend Erica over at the Customers Also Watch podcast, which you should definitely check out.
Hey.
Yeah. Plug. And she decided to give us 2019's Serenity.
The last time she gave us a movie, she was nice about it.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers.
Yeah. It's almost like, as if 95% of the movies on this show. Yeah, so
They can't all be Nick Fury.
It's not even the worst one now. Not even close.
Oh, true.
Not even.
But we were talking about 2019 Serenity. We kind of ran down the cast a little bit, and that's basically the 4 main cast members. Jason Clarke needs a new agent because whenever I see his name on a movie, I am usually scared.
That's the thing. He is. You can see he's got talent. He just can't get a movie to save his life.
No, and I would argue in this one, he just gives it.
Oh yeah,
He really gives it in this movie. How much do you guys think the budget for this movie was?
15 million.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 20.
25 million.
Damn it.
Wow.
How much do you think it made worldwide?
1 million.
$8.99 a month because it's on Prime.
All right, so this 14.4 million worldwide.
Just like Titus.
Hey.
Got it in again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was a flop. And the thing about this movie that I think is kind of interesting before we even get into the movie itself is that the production company basically pulled the rug out from under the actors before the thing even got going. So they had test screenings and it did horrible. They did the early reviews for critics and it did horrible. And so they basically said the day before Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway were set to go do press for this movie, they said, NVM. So they pulled like $7 million of funding for marketing to at the literally the night before they got on a plane. Yeah.
Dang. Well, explain why I never heard of it before.
Right?
Yeah, because I was like, I never saw any like advertisements at any
No.
movies I went to last year at all.
They were set to play spots on TV, and they only played spots in some of the markets, and this is the crazy thing. Some of the markets they played the TV spots in weren't even showing the movie.
The best.
Why don't we start at the beginning, as we always do? Because we start on the eyes of a child, so innocent and pure.
Eyes of a child.
A child's eyes are full of hope. We zoom in on a child's eyes, and this should have been the biggest giveaway at second 3 of this movie. After we open with about 20 production logos. But we zoom in on a child's eyes, and we meet a riverboat captain, I guess, or a fisherman, whatever you want to call him.
Ocean. He's not on a river.
He came off to me. I wrote down at the beginning riverboat captain because I didn't know what to write.
Still thinking about striking distance, huh?
That's right. It's a team up we've all wanted.
Don't normally do a whole lot of shark fishing on rivers.
I don't know how you fish for sharks.
On the ocean.
Well, I'm just saying.
Salt water, because they're saltwater creatures.
The riverboat has pretty good river sharks. His name, we meet Matthew McConaughey's character, whose name is Baker Dill. Probably one of the dumber movie names.
I just heard Dill. I never heard the first name.
Yeah, Baker Dill. And he is there with his second in command, played by Jimon Hunsu, who plays Duke. And I guess basically it's like Moby Dick. Like, he's constantly after this giant tuna.
Yes.
Despite the tourists he has on board, wanting to, you know, actually fish, to which Matthew McConaughey, like, threatens them with a knife.
Yeah.
They were fishing, and if they had been catching regular fish, he would not have pulled a knife on them. So really, it's their fault for catching the fish that he wanted to catch.
Exactly.
How dare they?
Right?
I just wrote down, Rage McConaughey is crazy in this movie. His eyes go so fucking wide. It's like he did all the coke in that scene in Wolf of Wall Street. And then just got on a boat.
Man, Rage McConaughey is crazy in every movie he appears in.
Oh, I made a note too here. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but there's different points where he like looks up in the sky and there's like a bird, and I just wrote in my notes Birdemic bird because that's what it reminded me of.
I mean, spoiler alert for later, but I thought of like the eagle in Assassin's Creed. It's just like
I've never played Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
You've never played Assassin's Creed?
Oh, she about to get you.
Bruh, you have got to play Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
I've heard nothing but good things about most of them.
You know what's funny?
Yes.
I've actually only played it the first game a few times, got frustrated with it. The only reason I know about the eagle is from the movie.
Oh, when's
Both
that
of you
coming
guys are
up?
canceled.
Oh,
You
it
haven't
will.
played Assassin's Creed.
We'll have to do it one day. It's not great.
I own it. It's here at the house too.
We have both the Assassin's Creed movies.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wait, but what?
There was a direct-to-video one.
Oh dear God.
It's only like 20 minutes long though, Brendan. So
I wrote down that it was odd too that they have like, I think there's like 2 lines in this entire movie where Duke says something that's like subtitled.
He's
yeah.
speaking French.
Yeah, but it just like it's thrown in there like there's no reason for it.
it's for that Criterion quality, man. You gotta have some French, some other like subtitles and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it can't be a serious quality movie unless there's subtitles in it somewhere.
You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be Parasite. So
Yes.
so Baker Dill, I'm just gonna call him that for the rest of this thing. He tries to reel up the fish or the big tuna, but it escapes, and he is devastated. And the customer on board is like, "We ain't paying you shit."
As they're right to.
Rightfully so. Yes, indeed. And then we meet a character, and I know you have a name for him too, Nathan. I just wrote down beach businessman.
Really? Because I called him the fish hitman.
Fishman.
Yeah, it's literally a dude in a suit carrying a briefcase, just like watching the boat from the shoreline and then wading through the water, and then that's all we see of him in that first scene. And right away, I'm like, oh God, what is going on already?
Yeah, I saw him and I was like, yep, this is gonna go into some odd places. I can already tell.
So, fish hitman, beach business, whatever his name is, he is watching from across the water. Then we go back to Dill and Duke.
Yep.
And he tells Duke like basically like, I'm going back out there and catching the fish. And what I think was a really funny cut, and I don't think this was intentional, but when he's like worried about, Duke is obviously like worried about the money because those tourists
because
didn't pay
he's
them.
like, how you gonna pay me?
Yeah, and then when he goes, don't worry, I'll pay you. Cut to Matthew McConaughey railing Diane Lane.
Yes.
So he's gonna whore himself out to pay his second mate.
Which I thought that was gonna be him being like, oh, I'll pay you. Cut to like Jimon Hunsu fucking someone. You know what I mean? Like, I'll pay you.
Fucking Matthew McConaughey.
Or Matthew McConaughey banging someone and letting Jimon Hunsu watch? I don't know.
Hey.
Can I just say that I was really happy that for once in a movie it was a male prostituting himself
I need
instead
to
of
say
a girl. Like, I was like, yes, gender equality.
I think that
I
was,
don't feel this movie
Yeah.
reached the masses that you were hoping, though.
I think this was I think that was unique. At the same time, I think this movie's portrayal of women is startling.
Yeah, I didn't like it so much.
Does not pass the Bechdel test.
I don't believe so.
Nope.
No, it doesn't. Damn, you're right.
I don't think any women talk to each other at all.
Nope.
Nah.
We get stories about how they talk to each other, but no direct talking to each other.
Right. We hear tale of women who converse with other women. Gather round, children.
Specifically, Consuela. Wasn't that her name?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think so.
Diane Lane? Oh, no, the
No,
maid.
No.
The maid that we never see.
We never see her.
What was the lady that was at the fish shop?
I don't even know what her name was supposed to be.
I don't either.
I don't know either, but I liked her.
They might not have said it.
I don't think they did. But anyway, he starts railing Diane Lane, and she gives him money because he can't extend his loan at the bank. And
I was you say he couldn't extend something else.
Well, no, he did.
Fully
That's
extended
yeah.
enough to pay him.
Yeah. Well, enough to at least once, and then we're alluding to him doing it at least one more time as they cut away from the scene.
Or she at least goes down on him.
Right.
Hey.
And
And
then
she wants to extend the loan.
And then they have this fantastic line where she tells him, "You're basically a hooker," and he says, "Huh, a hooker who can't afford hooks."
Hey, oh.
Fishing pun.
But basically, he got a sugar mama because apparently, I think that's like the only one he'd be fucking.
Yeah, and all Diane
Yeah.
Lane does in this movie is fuck Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, pretty much.
She has no other.
And lose her cat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, well, he took the cat. See,
Yeah, she keeps talking about how get my cat, find my cat, and that's gonna come into play later too.
he found it, B.
He found it and he railed it.
That's
Got
right.
so many questions about when the twist is
Oh,
revealed.
yeah. Trust me, most of my notes are that.
Please, everybody, if you haven't watched the movie, make note of all the things we're talking about because you're going to have all kinds of questions when we reveal the twist.
All of this will be weirder.
Yeah.
Considerably.
So Baker Dill is very upset that he hasn't caught the fish, but we learned that he's named the fish, and what has he named it?
It's a fish called Justice.
And he finds Duke in so Matthew McConaughey finds Duke in a church because this movie has like this weird religious bent to it too, which I don't really get why, but it's there. And he basically says he pays him, and then he says, like, we're going out back there to catch that fish, but this time no customers. Here's my Diane Lane fuck money.
Yeah.
And then so Matthew McConaughey goes back to his place, and he has this like, oh my god, it's so, I don't know what about this scene made me laugh so hard, but he just like looks up in the air and goes, "Sorry, kid," and he drinks from like the world's greatest dad mug.
Yeah.
It's just like so like blatant, like, oh, okay, he sees himself as not a great father, or his wife left him or something like that.
Or his kid died.
See, that's what I got. That's what I got from that.
100%.
Him looking up and say, "I'm sorry, kid," and then drinking from it.
And he has a brief flashback to his son when he goes to sleep that night. And then at the end of it, don't you hear somebody saying, like, "You fucking shit," or something like that?
Something like that.
I did notice that before they go on their journey the next day, he has the great Kali bless them.
Yes. Did you? Hey, another thing here. When he's driving through town and he sees the fish hitman again on the bus, as he's waiting for the lights to change, did you guys see it was weird? Instead of going green to yellow to red, it went red to yellow to green.
Ooh, maybe that's to hint at the film's otherworldly appeal.
Could be, or it could just be another hint that. Well, you know what? We'll get to that when we get to that.
So Baker and Duke, or Dill and Duke, they go out
D&D.
D&D.
Double D's.
Double D's, yeah. Brent knows what I'm talking about.
You damn right.
Pretty sure I know what you're talking about, too.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spirit knows what I'm talking about.
All right. We all know about breast assistance.
Oh, okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
I'm trying to downgrade mine to double D's.
Oh, shit.
One day.
That's baby shit, Brendan.
What? That's amateur night.
That's right.
Talking about them itty bitty titties.
Well, you could have a committee. I mean...
I would rather be part of that committee, man, because big titties, they hurt, they painful. I'm trying to get rid of mine.
I don't discriminate against size in that regard at all. I mean, big ones, small ones. Like Dennis Leary in that regard. Just love them all.
Yeah. Also, Itty Bitty Titty Committee. Weirdly enough, I've seen that movie.
Great porn.
That's
Great
a movie?
porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. See, I thought it was just this thing, because, like, my dad...
Oh my god.
this is going to sound really perverted.
Oh my god.
So, like, in the small town we lived in, there'd always be, in the summertime, girls wearing tube tops or whatever, but they would constantly have to, like, pull him up because they didn't have nothing to hold him up. And he would drive past and see him and be like, the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. And I just thought that was, like, a saying for, like, chicks that didn't have no titties.
Oh, it is. They're
it is.
fucking with
Yeah.
you, Spirit.
Oh.
It is, but there's also a movie.
But,
Oh.
life inspires art.
Exactly, much like this movie. Yeah. So when Dill and Duke don't catch the fish, which is just a quick scene showing that they have no luck, Dill shows himself to be a real prick because he says,
"Oh my god,
hey Duke, ever since your wife died, we ain't found jack shit. Maybe you're bad luck." And I'm like, okay, our hero, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, right."
I don't know why. I was hoping it didn't happen, but I was like, is he gonna drop that N-word on him? Because I thought it was getting dangerously close to that level. I was like,
But, so I think Dill is a dick, and we should call him Dill Dickle.
oh my god.
Dill Pickle?
Dill Dickle.
Dick Pickle.
Dill hole.
Dill Hole.
Oh, there you go.
So Dill Hole goes to the bar, and the bartender is like, don't you want to have your mission blessed by this Indian woman? And he's like, no, I don't want a baby, and leaves. That's literally that scene. Just wanted to point that out, that was a scene that happened in this movie. And then I've got to say, we get the appearance of Anne Hathaway as his ex-wife Karen, and her acting in this movie. I think she knows exactly what to do in this movie. Like, she leans into like the trashy, like erotic thriller aspect of it.
When she first pops into the bar, I was like, cool, she's got an infinity stone.
She's calling.
Yeah, she's calling right now. Just a sec. So, hey, Ann. Hey, thanks for calling. You know what? I love you. Odd choice on this one, but I really gotta know, did you have an infinity stone in this movie? Oh, you did. Oh. Kicked Josh Brolin right in the nuts, did you? Huh. Cried like a little bitch. Oh, it's always good to talk to you, Anne. Do you guys have any questions for Anne Hathaway?
Just that I love you.
Oh, Brendan loves you. She says you're sweet.
If you had an infinity stone, why the fuck didn't you use it to get rid of your husband?
You had an infinity stone. Oh, you heard her. Oh. She couldn't hold it in her hand because she didn't have the gauntlet, so she couldn't properly use it. So, all right. Well, thanks, Ann. We're going to get back to the podcast. We'll talk to you later, sweetheart. Okay. Bye.
What a doll.
Such a nice girl. Yeah, I know, right?
I have to say too, when they showed the ring on her hand, didn't it wasn't there like a glint, like a glitter effect or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because first thing I wrote in my notes, I was like, she got superpowers. That was my note.
It's like they need to talk to like the dumbest person in the audience to be like, a ring. You see that? A ring. She's married. Do you see the ring? Oh, we better make it shine. Okay, there we go. But I honestly do think she is kind of having a blast with this movie. She just doing like the femme fatale thing really well.
Yeah, yeah. You could tell she was at least enjoying herself.
Yeah,
She does that really well, though, if you've seen Ocean's 8.
Yeah, no, she's great. I think her and Diane Lane are actually doing the best they can with what they have.
Yeah.
So she shows up and she's like, we need to talk somewhere private. And Dill is like, no. And she gets it. She finally like,
which is it was weird because when she showed up and when she said we need to talk, I figured he'd be like, all right.
But see, Nathan, he's playing a different role here, not
Right,
himself.
okay. No,
if this was being Matthew McConaughey, that's
the
what would
sequel to
happen.
being John Malkovich.
That would make that happen.
I would watch it.
There are so many actors I would watch that movie with, like being Matthew McConaughey, the original idea being Steve Buscemi, being Carrot Top.
Oh,
Being Carrot Top. Ooh.
chairman of the board too.
Being Carrot Top.
Spelled Bored.
They say this tunnel takes you into Carrot Top's brain. No thanks. Credits.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Who is Carrot Top?
Oh,
A terrible prop comedian.
Yeah. He was
got like
he
a
was
big red like afro or something, curly
Yeah.
afro.
he was like semi big in like the early to mid 90s.
And then he did a
Okay, so
movie
before
and it
time.
tanked.
You
He
hear
was
all
in
about it on what were they thinking?
He was in a Dennis the Menace sequel too, I think.
Oh, he sure was. I forgot about that. When's that
When's
coming
that
up?
coming up?
Beat you to
On
it.
a small screen, shameful, because I'm pretty sure it went direct to video.
Sure did.
Ah.
So I wrote down that Dill has never heard of Facebook. Did you
Okay.
catch that moment? Because she goes,
I did.
and Hathaway is like, I tracked you down on Facebook. Ever heard of it? And he's like, nope. I know you live in a small town, but come on. You definitely.
That's the biggest clue for the
but
ending.
here's the thing: it's a hint to later.
True.
Mhm.
But do you think they were that smart, or do you think they were just like, nah, he doesn't know Facebook. He lives on an island.
Are you doubting the filmmakers, Brendan?
Yes. Sorry, director
Kinda-
Stephen Knight.
You're kind of right to do so.
But yeah, she basically says, "Oh, I tracked down. I saw a photo of a friend with a big fish, and you were in the background, and that's how I found you because you used to go by John Mason, but now you're going by Baker Dill. So I'm assuming you're hiding from the law." And he's like, "Yeah, I've got some unfinished business." And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on in this movie?" And she tells him basically she has her new husband Frank, who we will find out is played by Jason Clarke. The
John Connor.
The unfortunate, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. That
I think you mean Louis Creed.
yeah, the definitive actor for both of those roles.
Exactly.
Oh my God, I just realized he took over both of those. Jesus. But she anyway. Anne Hathaway is telling Dill, like, I'm fearing for my life. My husband he's abusive. She keeps saying you were right about him, and she's basically like our son. So now, we know the son is alive. The son hides whenever she fights with Frank. She's also scared. She also says, like, he keeps threatening to leave me in a hole somewhere, and I think he's going to do it. And she's like, listen, here's the idea. You bring Frank out to the middle of the ocean, and you feed him to the sharks. Get him drunk, push him out into the river, or push him out into the ocean. I keep wanting to call it the river.
Yeah.
And I'll give you $10 million. And he's like,
And he's
fuck
supposed
off.
to be mobbed up or something, isn't he?
Probably like drug dealer or something.
That's what I got from it.
he's what?
That he's mobbed up.
Oh, like
He's-
Frank.
Because she was saying like he's connected and that's why she'd end up in like in a hole in a construction site somewhere.
Yeah, I got that
Casino.
idea. His character was all over the place, though.
See,
Yeah.
this is my question though. Like, I feel like there were so many steps that could have been taken before you create a fake fishing trip to track down your ex-husband to kill your current husband. Like, I feel like there were just so many options.
But we need plot.
But once the twist is revealed, we realize that there was no really other option.
Wait, guys. Would you say that there was too many holes in this plot, and so that caused it to sink?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Don't encourage him.
I'm sorry.
I'm here for all the puns. I love the puns.
Oh, there you go, Brittany. You got audience now.
There we go. Back aboard the plot boat. That happens, and $10 million, and he's basically like, fuck off. The guy in the suit shows up again, fish hitman, but Dill takes off before he can speak to him, and Dill is all, or the fish hitman is all, I must be 20 seconds off my allotment. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this movie?
It's got you intrigued, don't it, B? This film is working.
Intrigued but worried. And then we find out this little detail that I guess makes sense later, but everybody on the island seems to know everything at all times.
Yes.
Because we get
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, because Diane Lane is like, well, everybody knows what's going on. And she goes, so she told you to take out her husband. And I'm like, what? How? Like, I mean, I guess it makes sense later, but I'm like, what are you talking about? How did you know that?
I thought it was just a bunch of nosy motherfuckers. I couldn't live there, man.
Right? No one getting up in your business all the time.
Mm-hmm. I heard you fucking real hard last night. Like, whoa, hold up.
Which I have issues with something else that this ties into something else that I later have issues with that we'll talk about.
Oh, okay. The little tease there.
Yeah, keep you listening.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to the craziest part of this movie. So anyway, at this point, Dill goes for a shower, aka dives into the water naked, and sees his son, which is a weird scene, to say the least.
Yep.
And then when he gets out, he
And
can like.
also, hold on.
Okay.
When he was doing that run to the edge of the cliff, what was up with the camera work that was going on there?
Yeah, I pointed that out too. It looked like in a video game where you click the button to like change the camera angle real flick, like to snap it to a different position or something.
Mm-hmm.
Snap into it.
Hey.
Not a Slim Jim.
Ooh yeah!
It's the second week in a row we've made that joke.
Keep coming.
They're our new sponsor. So Frank arrives to the island.
Yep.
And his Jason Clarke's performance here is insane. And he's basically like, I took a Learjet here, so let's lose the robe. And then he just starts staring at her body.
Yeah,
thought he was
because
looking at her butthole.
they want you to know that he is 1,000% evil with no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
Well, I figured it was going to be like a really disturbing rape scene, but I think this was almost even more disturbing.
Oh, that was the scene. The spirit got mad at me because they just showed her in like the nice hotel room in the robe and everything. I was like, oh, this is Princess Diaries 3 now.
Nigga, do not disrespect my queen like that.
Wait, so would it be the royal wedding? Because the last one was royal engagement?
Yes.
Okay.
Leave it alone. They're talking about
This
making
is the honeymoon right
here. I read every single one of those books when I was a kid.
So I wrote down at this point, because at the beginning of that scene I was like, why is Frank looking at his wife like a doctor?
Yeah, I thought he was looking at her butthole the whole time, bro.
He's like, it has the right depth today. It was a very weird scene.
It was.
In the meanwhile, Dill is hunting. Dill is buying supplies because he's decided to hunt swordfish at night, so that he can finally start making some money.
Which I don't know about the laws on that island, but that is considerably illegal.
To hunt swordfish at night?
Hunting, just fishing at night.
Really?
Yeah, fishing and hunting are, at least here, are illegal.
Oh shit!
Well,
That would explain why my dad didn't want me telling no one we were going catfishing at night.
Oh shit! Criminals.
Oh no! Donnie Trump, you listening?
See, because
spirit, you're fucking up.
here's what they'll do. Is if you're going fishing or hunting in the dark, you shine lights into the water. The fish become attracted to the light, so they come near wherever the light is, which would be near where your bait is. Easy to catch. Same thing with hunting. You shine lights. Animals get curious as to what that light is, and they'll be drawn to it, and so it's easy pickings. That's why it's illegal.
Okay.
The more you know.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm gonna have to disagree because my dad didn't catch shit.
Then he is a terrible illegal fisherman.
There you go.
So Frank meets up with Dill, and he's acting like a piece of shit, and he's basically saying like, I'm gonna give you $10,000, take me on this fishing trip, because he wants to do it. He's like, and of course Dill is like, well, I can't go, I need a first mate to go in the water, and he's like, no, fuck it, there's one cop here, and he's like on vacation or something, I'll pay you like $10,000, just be here at 7 a.m. Also says, take the fucking cock out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And then, Fish Hitman shows up again and again misses him.
And he's isn't he like a little Sheldon this time too? Because this where he gets kind of antsy about I don't know if it was germs or something being kind of absolutely specific.
Well, I said it earlier, but this is actually the scene where he said, "Oh, there's a 20-second discrepancy in my schedule."
Oh yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Getting antsy, B.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone is talking about how they know that Jason Clarke flew in and that he beat his wife last night while they were having sex. How the hell does Consuela knows this? First of all, because that's who we find out told the fish lady and somebody else, and then of course everybody else, again like you said, knows everybody else's business.
Yeah.
Bruh,
Candid camera.
This is exactly what the fuck I had issues with, because this was some fucking bullshit. Like, first of all, I was so mad how they described it, because they were like, yeah, she got beat with the belt for like, what was it, half an hour, hour and a half, or something, I think it was, for an hour and a half, and she, like, pretty much like she took it like a champ. Like, we're not about to fucking just, glorify domestic abuse. Like, and first of all, if that was going, second of all, if that shit was happening, why the fuck did none of y'all call the fucking police or intervene or something? Y'all some
Because
bitch ass niggas.
he was on vacation. The cop was on vacation.
Well,
Yeah,
they should have
like-
been. They should have became the police and should have beat his ass. All the damn hooks and shit she got in her damn fishing shop. Someone should have been up in there. Cause whether got a broom or a mop, she could beat his ass with that. They're just gonna let someone get their ass beat. They some bitch ass hoe ass
See,
niggas.
it's all explained by the plot twist that
It
Fuck
does.
niggas.
Martial law.
No, that would be vigilante law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, martial law is when the government sends in the military.
Oh, no, I meant the character actor martial law should have come in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's going from Tekken.
Sure.
Okay.
I made him
That
up.
was some bullshit.
So anyway, yeah, no, it was really weird. It was definitely strange how that was handled, because everyone's just like, she didn't even scream. She just put on a tough face, and I'm
That's
like,
what they said. That's right.
that's weird. So, of course, we follow that as you do by Matthew McConaughey railing Diane Lane again,
Hey.
and they have a weird exchange where she's like, "I help you, and you catch my cat."
Hey.
Well, she pretty much explained to him, like, you can tell that she like likes him more than he
my
cares for
God,
her.
this fucking phone.
They're calling
Fucking
it
up,
again.
man.
Yeah, right.
Diane Lane this time.
Man.
Hey, Diane Lane, how are you doing? The phone's busy these last few weeks. So we're gonna ask you about some questions about Serenity. This whole system that you had with Dill. Was he always finding a cat in some way, shape, or form to help you? Hello? Oh, she hung up.
What? That was unfaithful of her.
She did not. She did not like my double entendre.
No.
But
Well, at
what I was
least
gonna say-
you know what? She's probably just busy laying under the Tuscan sun.
Oh, she's in those streets of fire.
I just want to let you guys know these Diane Lane puns are doing nothing for me.
Good.
But I was gonna say, like, she has a thing for him, and he doesn't really feel her that way. Like, that's just his sugar mama.
Hey.
And so she's pretty much like, well, whenever you need me, like, need money, that's when you come and find me. But and then when I need you, I have you find my cat, pretty much. Like, she uses the cat as a lure to get to him when he don't need no money because she wants some dick.
Yeah. And also, when she uses the phone, Nathan, her name is Diane Lane.
Okay.
Boom!
That's a bit of a reach on that one.
I'm keeping it.
It's all gold, man. Keep it in.
Keep it all in. I'm not.
No edits. Fuck it.
Can we get back to the awesome stuff that Jason Clarke starts talking about on the boat?
Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah.
So, first of all, Dill tells Duke, "Stay close to me today. I need you to lead me from temptation." Again, there's random religious shit in this. I don't understand. And
Because it's supposed to be like neo-noir. They're supposed to have that, that broody type dialogue.
but the religious, it just felt out of place.
No, it doesn't. It's perfectly within place for like film noir. always the saints and sinners. That
Okay,
shit
but
fits right in with that.
Considering where this goes, it's completely out of place.
Yeah.
See, it wasn't religious, Brendan. He was telling him to stay away from Tyler Perry's Temptation because that movie fucking sucks. See?
That's good advice.
I don't know what you're talking about, because, I mean, we're talking about a true cinematic auteur like Tyler
So
Perry.
they get on the boat,
who can,
and
Jesus, cut me
Dill
off.
takes Frank on the boat with him and Duke. And you think, oh, shit, no, we should skip that. Go ahead. You were going to talk about the stuff that Frank was saying on the boat.
Well, he just starts asking them questions, and this is to let you know that Frank, if you didn't already think Frank was a total piece of shit, this would really send it home for you, because he starts asking about hookers and young hookers and hookers who will take it up the bum for $10. Mm-hmm. One, guaranteed, that is rife with disease. Do not pay $10 for that.
You know they got that Rona.
Right. Jesus Christ. And so there's not only that, but again, there's also the fact where he talks about them being younger prostitutes, and it's just like, God damn it.
He literally says little girls.
Oh shit!
Like
Pedophile.
that phrasing was upsetting. Why do they have to make him like
typical...
why do they also have to make him a pedophile?
Because you
he's
can't
bad.
get worse than that. Like,
Because he is 1,000% evil.
Yeah.
He is just like the American guys who they do this all the time. Like, they travel overseas so they can so they can be involved in child prostitution because they think they don't get caught. And then Ashton Kutcher shows up and busts your ass.
What? Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
That was the weirdest.
Is that the new Punk'd?
That was a strange season of Punk'd.
No,
That's real?
He runs a company now where he helps the FBI save victims from sex trafficking.
I did not hear that.
Yeah, look it up. He's been doing mad shit. Like he's been in it. He's been doing more than our government has been for sex traffickers.
Hey, bro, I saw you were trying to human traffic. You just got punked.
So Kelso is the new Chris Hansen?
What do you have to see right there?
Catch a Predator.
The best show ever.
They look like, where's the thingy?
Hey, did you see my boss's daughter? Get the fuck out.
And of
who?
course, outside of that fantastic exchange, he starts talking about Matt McConaughey's kid and how he just plays video games all day. And then one day he asked him, "Hey, what are you sitting around just trying to pretend to catch fish all day, and you don't go out and do anything?" And then he said, "If I didn't catch fish all day, I'd think of ways to kill you." The dialogue is so fucked in this movie. And then in the middle of all this, he catches this big shack.
Shaq?
Because for some
Shaquille O'Neal was there?
for some inexplicable reason, a guy who's involved in construction in Miami has a Boston accent.
Oh, yeah, that was strange. Jason Clarke showed up and he's like, I'm doing a Boston accent. I think that's how that went down.
It's like, but your character's from Miami. Yeah, but he moved there from Boston, so.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be in the mob, right? So I gotta park the car, if you know what I mean.
Down.
Oh, whatever. just fucking shoot, action.
I caught this wicked big shack.
Yeah, and this is the thing where you think like he's gonna fall in, and that's how they're gonna kill him. But they come back and they've caught a great white shark. They said that's a small great white shark.
Did they say it was a great white?
That's like
I don't remember saying that.
they do. He straight up says it's a great white shark.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought they were bigger than that.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's why I was like, the fuck?
Maybe it was a baby great white shark.
Could maybe.
Baby great white shark.
Or it could lead into our twist.
Oh,
I mean, just
shit.
saying.
Well, we're getting
right?
close, guys. We're getting close.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, everybody's just being stupid. Anne Hathaway's basically like, you need to take him out tomorrow and you need to kill him. You need to do it because our son wants you to do it for justice.
But then she starts talking about all this stuff, and it's like you get the idea that either she left him while he was deployed, or she left him because she couldn't deal with the PTSD.
That's
Yeah.
what I had thought.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's what we think. And then later, she goes to his house. She goes over to his houseboat, I guess. And they have this weird exchange where she's like, "You gave me this ring when I was 16. You said now you're old enough to fuck." Basically, that's basically
looked
the
it up.
exchange, right?
I looked it up. There's 13 years between Anne Hathaway and Matt McConaughey.
And it shows. He looks a lot older than her. I'm just saying. Or I don't know if that's Anne Hathaway looking really good or McConaughey looking kind of ragged.
I think he's supposed to look ragged because he's led a hard life, but still,
Yeah.
yeah.
Should use that Marvel CG, that de-aging, man.
Just by like 5 years. So she kisses him, and she's like, "Oh, I love you, I love you." He doesn't buy it, so he turns her around, fucks her in the ass.
Well, no, he
Rough, too.
turns her around like he's gonna start going super rough. And I have a note. She probably doesn't want it that way, especially with all the stories that you've heard, asshole.
Yeah. She probably doesn't want it rough with
This
the fucking...
reminded me of that scene from She's Gotta Have It.
Oh, shit.
Because she had to have it.
I don't think she wanted it. Like
She's got to have it, but she didn't want to have it.
it felt very rapey.
He kissed her boo-boos for her. So.
And that, yeah,
Friend.
he stopped
He didn't
himself
fight him,
mid-rage
like-
fuck.
You're my pillow. Stop it.
That is the most kindergarten way I've ever heard a fucking sex
He
scene.
just got hit with a pillow.
Now, no, come on. Now, let's, to be fair,
To
to be fair, he stopped himself mid-rage fuck and was tender with her.
I wrote down, this is the least sexy sex scene.
See,
Wait,
to
yeah.
make myself feel better, I like read it as he was about to fuck her, then saw the scars and stopped and made love to her instead, which she was receptive of.
Maybe.
So
They
that made me
they
feel
do
better
say
about it.
they do have the line, "We're both damaged in different places."
Yeah.
See, I heard that wrong, and I told the spirit, I thought he said that we're going to damage each other in different places. And I was like, what?
It's that kind of movie now.
So then after that, Dill is basically talking to his son as if it was the movie Frequency, but no radio.
Yeah.
Then now we get to the real meat and potatoes here, guys.
Well, I thought we just
go.
came from that.
Oh, right.
Hey.
Well, we get to the reveal.
Okay. We just came from that, too.
The fish hitman finds Dill, and he says, like, he basically is like, "I know everything about you. I know everything you're doing the next day." He wishes he had bigger hands when he's around fishermen, which is a weird line.
That was an interesting thing, yes,
Yeah.
to say. But, good for him. Live
I
your
thought that
best
was going
life.
to turn sexual, honestly.
I thought they were gonna start fucking. And
Matt
basically,
McConaughey pours him one hell of a drink. Did you... Oof. That amount of alcohol that quickly could have easily led to poisoning. I'm just saying.
and then he's like, "Are you here to sell me, fishing equipment?" And he goes, "Yes." To which I said, "What? Is this really gonna be a twist?" And he's like, "Here's a subsonic fish finder." And he's like, "Yeah, I know what a fish finder is."
Apparently works with different physics because he turned it on and it was reading stuff while they were in his containment. He doesn't live in a houseboat. It's like a container unit.
Oh yeah, but he's
I thought that was weird, too.
yeah. But he also like when he and Anne Hathaway have sex, they do it in the houseboat though, or the
Well,
boat.
it's just his boat. Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused for a while. I thought he was also living in there too.
It's Bodie McBoatface.
They like striking distance again, see?
But he also, it's right. Tom Sizemore was there watching.
Yeah, in
Gross.
the window.
He wasn't in the movie. He was just on the set. He just snuck in.
Yeah.
Dodging the authorities.
Yeah. So he says, "Here's the fish finder. I'm going to give you a 1-week trial. I'm a representative from a company called Fontaine, and we really want you to catch that fish." Then he
And
says,
you get that-
"Oh,
Say it. It's the wonky dialogue. Please say it.
well, we find
Oh,
out
it's
his
the
name
best.
is Reed Miller, and he says, 'I am the rules.'"
Put it on the t-shirt right now.
I am the rules.
I would listen to Brent. That T-shirt would sell.
I'd buy 5. Fuck it.
Oh, there we go.
That's my favorite line in this whole movie. That's the best line.
He says, "You need to catch the fish and not kill Frank because there are rules on this island because this island is not real. We
as
are
soon as
in a fucking computer game." What?
The Matrix.
As soon as he said, "I am the rules," I knew exactly what was going on, and I was like, "Fuck this movie."
And then he mentions like every time you catch the cat for Diane Lane, that's a game. Every time you count the sprats, that's a game.
Side quest, side quest,
yeah.
side quest.
So at this point, we find out, this is a game. No one can.
So
die
he's living in Animal Crossing.
That's right.
That's the new game coming out this month.
Ooh, if it has that Jason Clarke scene in it, I'm buying it.
Why is Animal Crossing on the PS4 rated M?
Why is Diane Lane naked in this Animal Crossing game?
Because she was never naked in this movie. For some weird reason, she likes to fuck with a robe on.
Yeah, I even mentioned, I'm like, why the fuck she... I was like, either she had it on or she put that shit on quick.
No, she was wearing it, like, the first time when they were all wrapping up, she had it on. I'm like, who fucks with the robe on? That's
Guys,
weird.
if you want to see Diane Lane naked, watch Unfaithful, coming soon.
Oh, I've seen it. Multiple times.
So... This is the point where we find out it's all a computer game, and that's how we kind of didn't really mention it too much, but that's how Dill has been having all these strange, like, connections where he can, like, hear his son while his son is on the computer. So, that means this is all made by his son. So think about the things we've talked about.
It's because it's not just a game that he's playing. It's a game that he's designed and made.
So think about all the times he's made his dad fuck people.
Yeah.
We've seen
the times he made his dad talk about $10 anal.
Yeah. A very disturbing rape scene in the game, which I was like, I thought this game was like an escape from reality.
Also, for some reason, he wants to see his dad screw Diane Lane.
And he really likes to see just like shots of his dad's butt. Like
constantly,
all
I mean,
the time.
Yeah.
So that twist makes everything before even weirder. So Dill is losing it at this point. He drives out in the fields and starts yelling at the sky and says, "I'm gonna kill a man for you."
Which, I mean, this all being in the case makes perfect sense as to why the traffic lights go from red to yellow to green.
Yeah.
Because in real life, they go the other way, and everybody who drives know that. A kid who's never driven in his life and doesn't pay attention to traffic lights wouldn't know that.
Oh shit!
I mean, don't they play red light, green light in school?
He didn't pay attention in that class.
Yeah, he was too busy
There you
playing
go.
his fucking game where his dad was fucking Diane Lane.
And watching his dad fuck his mom, too.
Yeah.
And which would also explain why he thought that was a great white shark when it clearly wasn't.
Yeah.
Getting it solved. Getting this movie solved. That's what I'm doing.
So
Filling the plot holes.
suddenly when Dill is just like hanging out in the field, Diane Lane's kid walks up to him and he's like, "Hey."
Do you mean when Dill was outstanding in his field?
Oh Jesus. I mean, he's not that outstanding. He couldn't catch that fish.
Right?
But Diane Lane's kid runs up to him and is like, "I quit my job in Miami to work for you." And he's like, "The rules changed, kid. I got to go kill Frank." Because everyone on this island is trying to get him to not do it. Like, he's trying to get him... Because this is the other weird thing in this movie, is that it's like the video game or the computer game has also become, like, sentient and doesn't want to be a killing game?
Well,
Yes.
apparently he's sentient as well and can go against the rules.
I don't understand any of this.
He is the rules, Brendan.
I still feel though that this is better than any episode of Reboot I ever watched.
Oh, you're going to get some hate mail now.
Yep. Send it right. I do not care for that show, and as a Canadian, I feel it's my right to say so.
You about to get deported now.
Don't care. No, I do care. No, I want my legal weed.
No, you're coming over here with us now. Get that Rona, bro.
Look,
Yeah.
no, you know what? We're getting in here too. Schools closed as of Monday for 2 weeks.
Damn.
Ours are 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, we're closed this Monday, and apparently I have to start working from home starting on Thursday. So
You did get your toilet paper though, right?
I don't get that. I don't
either.
get it.
It's so stupid, man.
Toilet paper will help my lungs.
Yes,
Right?
eat it. So that when you shit, it wipes it for you.
I feel
Oh,
like
you're a
I
fucking
saw a
genius.
fantastic one
I
today.
feel like
Someone said,
toilet-
for everyone stocking up on toilet paper, stock up on condoms too, so you don't fucking reproduce.
Get them.
I feel like the toilet paper companies are just like specifically had people go into stores and like buy out products so it would cause other people to want to like panic and buy toilet paper.
You know, Mr. Sharman out there counting that money right now.
So Serenity.
Yeah, Serenity. Enough about the real world horrific things that are going on. Let's talk about this horrific movie.
I don't know which is worse.
So back to Serenity.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody's like, oh, trying to convince him to do it, and
Yeah, and here's the thing. When everybody's trying to stop him, all I got here for my note is fucking NPCs. Really? You don't have to talk to everybody in the game, okay?
Stop clicking X every time you go up to the characters.
Exactly.
And also I wrote down, how many fucking times are they going to say the rules have changed? Because 8 different people said it.
You gotta let's make sure you know.
So much so I have it noted here because I felt that I would forget.
Just remember, Nathan, the rules have changed. Got it.
So the rules, have they changed, guys?
They've changed.
A little bit.
Okay, they've changed, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
We can make a note of that. Oh, I already did. Cool.
So the next day, or that day, I don't remember. But either way, Karen, I think it's the next day because Anne Hathaway,
It's the next
Karen
morning.
or whatever. Yeah, she wakes up.
Yeah, because he went down to the dockside to get himself some $10 anal. And then we find out that Jimon Hunsu used $2,000 to pay some guys to beat up this dude.
Oh.
I feel he could have got away with a couple hundred.
Oh, he
Exactly.
specifically says some Argentinian cannery guy to break his hand. He has
Yeah.
more than a broken hand.
Oh yeah, he got a shit kicking.
Yeah, so basically he did that so that Frank would not be able to go on the ship and McConaughey would not be able to kill him. I wrote down gross ham and eggs at that gross bar. So Anne Hathaway is trying to convince Frank that he should go anyway, and she puts. This is a weird scene too.
Yes, and remember,
Oh, yeah.
her kid is writing this.
Yep. She puts his hand on her neck and says, "Show me how strong you are." And and the thing is, she
Daddy?
almost calling him daddy. Yeah. Yeah. She's like, hold on to it like you're holding on to the fishing rod, daddy, and it just goes from there.
Grab it tighter, daddy. Yeah, that's right. You doing it, daddy. Yeah, grab that shit, daddy.
And
It
this is
felt weird because like I call Brent daddy. Like,
I knew that was coming.
I was waiting for it actually.
So Matthew McConaughey and the fish hitman have some beachfront zen.
And he says, and the hitman has one of the worst lines in this movie.
Uh-oh.
We are such stuff as dreams are made on.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Fuck.
I noted, do they dream of electric sheep?
Hey, look at them smart references.
There you go.
And then they have this weird moment where Reed, like the businessman, whatever, is just like, fuck it. I guess I'm gonna help you. I'm like, sure, why not?
And I think it's drinking. His drinking is glitching the game out.
Ah, there you go.
So does that mean the kid is like really drinking in his room?
Yes.
Brent has
It's a
all the
kid-
answers.
see,
You know what?
Like,
Brent has a point. The kid is in Florida, so
Oh.
Exactly.
like I'm thinking that the kid's not actually writing this stuff. It's like
What?
the game is like
Writing itself?
some of it. Like I feel like the
Oh,
base
shit.
stuff, like the fishing part of the game, is like all the
Skynet.
kid, but like the characters are like picking up on the creator's emotions and are going like free will.
Oh,
Kinda.
fuck. And add more layers to this movie.
I don't. I'm more confused now.
So Anne Hathaway manages to convince Jason Clarke that he should get on the boat with Matthew McConaughey and Jimon Hunsu.
Because Anne Hathaway of convincing him.
Yes, she did.
Hey.
And this is, and actually, we get kind of definitive moment to show that Matt McConaughey might not necessarily be the hero we want him to be, because he actually refuses to save the cat.
Oh!
Brendan hates him now.
Yeah, he's the villain.
Yeah.
Hate.
Yeah, because Diane Lane's cat is like coming around, and Dill is all, nah, I gotta go kill Jason Clarke.
Go on, scat! Get out of here! Get!
Yeah. So they get on the boat, and
He
they're
should have
out.
did that. That'd make this movie a recommend.
Harry and the Hendersons again.
Just like Harry and the Hendersons, yep.
When's that coming up on the podcast?
Never!
Oh, I know I'm
Movie's
saying for Patreon.
amazing.
Yeah, there's nothing questionable in that movie, of course.
Nothing at all.
Sure. So they set out on the open sea, and Jason Clarke is in rough shape.
Yeah.
But luckily, Anne Hathaway is there to call him daddy like 1,000 fucking times.
And honestly, this is the part that actually kind of sold me on her performance, because she really just leans heavy into like, oh, you want me to go like over the top with this stupid dialogue? All right.
Yeah.
And then we also find out that Diane Lane's kid has like snuck aboard, like he's a stowaway.
Yeah, the game put him there.
The game put him
Oh, that
there.
was her kid.
That was, yeah, Diane Lane's kid.
Oh, I didn't
No,
know.
it wasn't. I thought it was it was the tackle lady's kid.
No, because he says he's Constance's kid, and Constance is is Diane Lane.
I thought
Oh.
Constance was.
Earlier in the movie when they're fucking, Diane Lane's like, oh, my kid works in Miami. Maybe you could find him work out here. But he manages to get a hold of that tuna named Justice. Wow, the symbolism, guys. And then he hands off the rod to Frank, and Frank goes flying into the ocean, and he's dead.
Get fucked.
Get fucked. And then we find out that in the real world, the son has just walked out of his room and fucking stabbed and killed Frank.
Yes.
And then we learn on more twists. I mean, not much of a twist. We learn that Baker Dill, actually died in the Iraq War. He never came home.
Mm-hmm.
Anne Hathaway remarried Jason Clarke. He was abusive, and the kid killed him. And
Marked his ass.
Yeah, and then we have this thing where it's like, oh, it was self-defense. He's going to be placed in custody of his mother, and blah, 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 blah.
Which would
So we
stand
got
to
off.
reason why he'd never heard of Facebook.
So after all that, I think, Brent was saying earlier off air that it kind of looks like we're getting a whole Avengers Infinity War situation here.
Oh yeah, they Spider-Man his ass.
All the background of the island starts like disappearing and changing, and he's like, oh, the game is changing. And luckily, Dill has one more reunion with his son in the game, because I don't know, sure, why not?
How did that work? Please tell me how that worked.
I have no
Well,
fucking idea.
here's like, and that's it. Like, because if he's supposed to be designing it, right, and so he can, he could build himself a custom character and put it into the game. My real gripe about this whole thing is, if he's a teenager designing video games, why can't he just build a decent strip bar on that island? Just one.
Well, he can watch his dad fuck Diane Lane. That's pretty much it for him.
Yeah. What do you need a strip bar for? And your dad's just railing everyone.
Yeah, you got porno right there.
He had X Hamster open in the other tab.
That's right. That browser's always open.
The private browser, so your mom doesn't know what you're up to.
Incognito mode, baby.
There you go.
Or have a porn phone.
So what's? Yeah, there you go. That's the ultimate solution.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen if one day he's playing this game and the mom comes in the room and she sees herself getting fucked by her dead husband in this video game?
I'm
What is the
guessing
reaction?
he's going to be going to therapy.
Again.
He's going to go see Colin Fiore.
Oh no! And he's gonna tell Colin Fiore, I put my ball hairs in your sink. Oh, it all ties together again.
It's all universe.
Well, that's pretty much how that movie ends. Brent,
Fucking weird.
Spirit, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Recommending? No?
Oh man, I don't know for real.
Wow.
I kind of want to because of how fucking dumb it is.
Right?
But at the same time, you have to sit through it though.
Well, in spirit of your show, what would you guys give it out of 10?
Ooh,
Ooh.
10 plus now.
Stop. I don't know, cause like I really liked some of the scenery in the movie. Like I felt like this could be like on mute, probably something I could fall
A
asleep to.
screensaver.
Cause like I like the island tropical, like
Yeah.
You know,
boat
watch
and
it, but
stuff.
don't listen to any of it.
Yeah, so don't put sunglasses on, because then you'll have to listen to it.
But the movie also felt very Mamma Mia meets Moby Dick meets Player One.
Ready Player One.
Yes.
Wow. Why?
Put that on
is-
the back of the box.
That is a concise description of this movie.
Like that's exactly how it felt. So and like I liked Ready Player One kind of like it was decent.
Mm-hmm.
Mamma Mia was alright. Moby Dick not really my thing, but you know.
But Patrick
So-
Stewart though.
I'm gonna have to go with like a 4.
Okay.
That's about where I was at too, like a 4.
Yeah. And Nathan, would you recommend this one?
Not at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
I'm going to give you guys a real twist ending here.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck, he loved it.
I know this is a terrible movie, but this I would tell people to watch it because I think it's so wild.
Because
where
Brendan
this movie,
doesn't want to have friends.
I think
he doesn't
this-
want
this
friends
movie
at all.
is so wild where it goes, and like every step of the way is just like what? Like everything that happens is something I didn't expect to happen.
All right, Brendan, I got a question for you.
Yo,
This or Faithful Findings? Which one you recommend more?
oh, Fateful Findings.
Okay, I had a feeling.
Yeah, that's
Double
it.
feature
Yeah,
for
because I mean, even I would recommend watching Fateful
Oh,
Findings.
Fateful Findings is a bad movie masterpiece.
I've shown that to friends and just have them shaking their heads while laughing, saying, "What have you done to me?"
Oh God.
But then they appreciated the experience.
Oh, they absolutely do.
Hell yeah.
I mean, especially in Canada now, right?
I felt like I was, even though I wasn't when I first watched it. Well, okay, there you go. One, no recommendations except for one. I think it's lunacy, sheer lunacy. Watch it. But yeah, we're gonna take a brief break, and we'll be right back.
What were they thinking?
What Were They Thinking is brought to you by HostGator. HostGator is a leading provider of shared, reseller, VPS, and dedicated hosting solutions. Award-winning support is available 24/7, 365 days a year via phone, email, and live chat. Discover why over 9 million websites trust HostGator. Use the coupon code SCHLOCK for 25% off your first purchase. That's SCHLOCK, SCHLOCK, for 25% off your first purchase.
What Were They Thinking is brought to you today by GameItAll.com. Whether it's video game news, the latest in music, or movie reviews, GameItAll.com is your one-stop shop for all nerdy talk.
What were they thinking?
And we're back.
Yes, we are back.
Oh, everybody got their NPR voices ready to go?
Yeah.
I don't have one.
Very, very good. It's you gotta sound like you're on NPR. Just talk low and close to the mic. Make a lot of mouth noises.
Sound like Gauss.
Close to the mic, right?
Nathan, what is it time for?
It is time for the low haiku.
And what is that?
Well, the low haiku is 17 perfect syllables. It's the section of our show where we get very poetic and describe the movie that we just talked about in the ancient Japanese art of haiku.
Would you say that it is the stuff that dreams are made on?
Yes, I would.
Okay, perfect. Well, as our guests, Brent, Spirit, do you have some haikus you'd like to read for us?
I do have one for you, sir.
Okay.
Is this the Matrix? Wait, Diane Lane is here too? I would play this game.
Virtual reality.
Very good.
That's right,
very
VR,
good.
Virtual Boy.
All red. All red.
Spirit, but do you have one you want to read?
I just wrote this.
Perfect. Oh, excellent.
please,
fresh, fresh out of the gate.
Big fish getting caught. Pussycats galore also. But it's all a game.
Just like life.
Life is a game and a highway.
I want to
Russell
ride it
Flats.
all night long.
Hey.
Life is McConaughey's, but I want.
No. You're getting a little excited.
Sorry.
There.
Oof.
Bring it down. Bring it
Calm it down, calm it down.
Okay, Nathan, do you have a haiku?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
Shame on Stephen Knight. Makes me want to see Free Guy. Serenity now.
Very good, very good. All right, here's my haiku. What? Huh? What the hell? This was a video game? Son likes naked dad.
Odd choice.
It was. Yes, very. Oh, it was scary. We almost. We almost. Good thing we became sentient and realized we were stuck in there.
Right. Because the rules have changed.
The rules have changed. But you know what rules haven't changed?
What's that?
It's the fact that when we talk about this movie, what do we always say?
Well, the one steadfast rule is that we always say,
Don't take a word for it.
Yeah, don't take our word for it, Nathan. What do the critics have to say on Rotten? Actually, you know what? Let's. Is anybody on Rotten Tomatoes right now?
I'm getting on right
I'm
now.
logging on right now.
Okay, hold on. Don't look at Rotten
hold
Tomatoes.
on.
I want you guys to
Okay.
guess. What do you guys?
okay.
What do you guys think the critics gave this movie?
31.
Okay.
21.
3?
Sorry, what did Spirit say?
21.
You're the closest, 20%.
Damn it.
Oof.
And what do you think the audience thought?
12.
3.
31.
And Brent wins 29.
Hey!
People are awfully generous about this movie.
A third of the reviewers thought it was good enough for, I think it's like 3.5 stars or up or something like that. Well, let's get into this. Let's get into the critics here. First off is Charlotte O'Sullivan, which is a London Evening Standard, which is an interesting combination there. A hilariously terrible noir cum brain teaser from Stephen Knight, starring Matthew McConaughey's Bottom.
Hey.
Mother Superior?
Yes, it's me.
Oh, shit.
My name is Charlotte O'Sullivan, and I liked the star of this movie.
Because of his bum?
It was his butt. Speaking of bottoms.
No,
back here!
Ow! Oh! Pineapple!
Oh,
Call Montrose.
oh, you think
Thank God
you,
she
you think
knew
just
my
because
safety
you're
word.
guests on this show doesn't mean you get off scot-free?
Yeah, we got guns.
So hold on a second. Is pineapple your safe word too?
Yes!
Oh.
Okay, that was a very strange revelation, so I'm going to leave.
That Spirit, you scared her off. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Ow.
Brent has a nicer butt anyways.
Well, I mean, she's an old Irish nun, so I think by de facto, I mean, she would...
Guys, I was
You
just hiding
have
under
to.
the table. Did anything happen?
Yeah, I got my ass
crazy
beat by
shit.
Mother Superior.
Oh, shit.
Kind of liked it.
All right.
Revelations.
Do what you got to do.
Right?
Someone's
2020,
into
live your
dancing.
best life. Jeff Mitchell from the Phoenix Film Festival. He writes, Stephen Knight's film triggers agitation, frustration, and exasperation. Matthew McConaughey does channel his inner Tommy Wiseau, or Wiseau, sorry, well, I don't fuck, in 2 scenes, so there's that.
Yeah, the fucking.
Yeah, it's a critic review from Mark Kermode from Kermode and Mayo's film review.
Mm-hmm.
He says, when the twist was revealed, I went, yeah, I know.
Is that the whole review?
Yep.
Mike McGranigan of Aisle Seat says simply, Serenity is either incredibly brilliant or monumentally stupid. Or monumentally terrible. I'm not sure which.
I'm pretty sure which one it is.
I don't know.
Andrew Kendall from Stabrick News writes, Serenity is a film that seems to reject understanding or even reality.
So I got one.
Yeah.
It's Sarah Cartland from, well, it doesn't say where she's from, but it says tuna and dill.
It says, oh no, it just says caution spoilers. Oh, there's spoilers there, you gotta be careful.
So it says tuna and dill, the organic cafe owning detectives we've been waiting for. Actually, that could be a good movie. Serenity is not, but I'm still unsure whether it's a work of genius that went off the rails or simply self-indulgent or both.
Yeah. And this is from Jamie East of The Sun, UK Sun. She says, I can't recommend this film at all, or recommend it highly enough. Wonderfully awful.
Okay.
It's kind of where I sit.
I got one last one.
Okay.
From Hilary A. White
Oh.
from the Sunday Independent of Ireland.
Oh, okay.
With all the foolishness going on, Serenity's a real stinker. There are lines of dialogue here that beggar belief. They're so lame.
Are you making fun of my accent?
Not at all.
Get back here!
No, yes, okay, no. Pineapple, okay. Whew.
You're lucky you said pineapple. Ooh, oh, it's really dusty under this table.
I wonder why pineapples is such a common safe word.
Because it's sweet.
Oh.
I guess you're never gonna say it mid-coitus?
I mean, you could, like, you know, if your partner's been eating a lot and you go downtown, you'd be like, man, you've been eating a lot of pineapples.
Smells like pineapples.
Just like pineapples.
My safe word is yes.
Oh, God.
Yes!
That'd be really confusing.
Let's get into the audience reviews.
Yes.
Yes, let's.
First one is from an anonymous reviewer who gave it 3 stars.
God damn it, I knew you were gonna read this.
Big pussy.
This movie was better than getting a blowjob from Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, God.
But it's still only 3 stars.
That's why they were scared, huh? I got one for you real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
10 out of 10. Wow, what a surprise. I love such movies. Oh, what a surprise it was. Halfway through the movie, I thought, what a bad acting. What a bunch of cliches. Why are all these famous actors acting like amateurs? Why, again, a story that I have seen a million times already in other movies. But then, everything changes and start making sense. Of course, the characters are acting ridiculously because it's the imagination of a young boy named Patrick, the creator. This movie was wonderful. Finally, a movie where... Whoa, okay, this is written weird. Someone just read it how it's written. Finally, a movie where the emphasis is on the father-son relation and not on the mother like it always is.
Whoa.
Patrick created a role for his father in order to help him kill the best. So they did it together, and 73 out of 112 people found that helpful. And now 74 because I liked it.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, that was weird.
Okay, Guy B gave it 4 stars. He writes, although poorly written at several points in the movie, the concept very much captures the reality that we face and that we really don't know what part of life is real and if we are not all just in a game of Roy. Excellent concept. I don't fucking know. Excellent concept overall. Life is a game. Rules change. And we all have choices that lead to real consequences.
The fuck is Roy?
I don't fucking know.
All right, I did kind of pick a word.
Oh, no, I get it. It's a Rick and Morty reference.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did kind of pick a wordy one here, but I gotta read it. It's from Nick K, and he gives it 3.5 stars.
Nick can't. Okay.
This movie was touching. It made me tear up at the end. I liked it. though was a little taken back by the twist. I was expecting him to be mentally ill from war, and this was all in his head, and he was known as the island crazy that everyone excused. Very different concept, and I thought it left an impact. It was eerie, sad, and everything did come together. I think it's here's where it gets good. I think it's definitely for the complex mind, as the concept should be appreciated. The acting was a little odd, and the inclusion of several well-known actors felt unneeded. Anne Hathaway's voice and character made her seem like a Carmen Sandiego. Matthew McConaughey's voice and character was a bit comedic at times, and seeing Diane Lane, you kind of expected a more important role for her. Overall, I liked it.
I got one. It's 1 out of 10, and it says Ready Player Dumb. So this movie is about how Matthew McConaughey is a man whore, so he can fish for a tuna named Justice. Then, while doing so, needs to kill his ex-wife's husband for $10 million. Then, while doing that, finds out he's in a video game that his son made to kill his stepdad. Then he kills his stepdad as Matthew McConaughey also kills the dad, allowing the dad and kid to be together. If this at all sounds appealing to you, you might need to have your tube snipped. 37 out of 67 people found that helpful.
Wow.
I love
how it just goes to talk about how bad the movie is to lobbying for eugenics.
I also love how just hearing the movie described like that makes me realize even more how insane this movie is.
And if I could just touch on one thing, the idea that he's doing this is so that the kid could come up with a way to kill his dad, like a master plan, and then he just takes a knife and goes and stabs his stepdad.
Yeah,
like the fuck. Everything is an exercise in futility in this movie.
Right.
I got a 1.5 star from Late R or Later.
Hey.
They write, all I can tell you about this is that the talented cast is completely wasted on a story that is trying very hard to be super smart, but only manages to come across as bizarre, stupid, and nonsensical. I will give them a few points for trying something different, though. So, we gave them 1.5 point for trying something different.
Here we go. From Josie D, she gives it 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
This is the movie you weren't prepared to watch. It pulls away.
You're right.
It pulls away from your average predictable film, unmatched and too complicated for a simple mind. It leaves a window of interpretations open. I love it.
I got a good one here for you real quick. But it's like super badly written, so it's gonna sound weird.
I can't wait.
10 out of 10, amazing. Warning, spoilers.
Oh no! Just censor them.
I don't know if I am the only one who sees this movie more than just a game, in quotes. For me, this movie is a sad reality of our society today. The depth and the real meaning of this movie is outstanding. A world of imagination for a boy who lost his father, and the only way he can connect with him is trough this game. Sometimes to make something real, you need your imaginary place, and that place gives you strength to do it. For him, his strength was his father. So, smiley face. Movie is amazing, and I recommend it. And 30 out of 52 people found that helpful.
I think his H key was like fucked up.
Yeah, he must have had the H on the keyboard broke because he was not pressing that shit.
He's like, I don't need a fucking H.
He loved Anne Hathaway in this movie.
and Attaway.
Anne Hathaway, yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey. Joseph P. Gave it 3.5 stars, and he got really in depth with the nuance of this movie.
Okay.
Serenity, hard bracket, 2019, January 25th, close hard bracket.
Oh shit, that's a hot take.
Right?
I only have one more, and I thought it was great. It's the last one here from Kathy M. She gives this movie 5 stars, and she goes, "Awesome movie!" All capital letters. Wow, kept you thinking all through it. Of course, Matthew was a girl's dream in this movie. Even had a very nice dream that night after watching it, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah.
TMI.
Okay.
She thought it was
shit.
wettomato.com.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, what happened was she dreamt about fucking Matthew McConaughey.
Right, and masturbated while she was dreaming. I get it.
Right, because of the movie Serenity.
Yes, and his naked butt within.
Yeah, do you understand what I mean?
I do.
Oh, okay.
1 out of 10. Just so bad. Worst movie I've seen in a while. Should have gone and seen Glass.
Okay. I got one last one here. 1.5 from David B. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to do an impression for this one.
Okay.
This is not the Serenity you're looking for.
Boom, boom, boom.
There you go.
Well, that's those are the reviews, folks.
Hey.
Critical acclaim across the board. And we can all think about Kathy having her dream.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never yelling
that.
pineapple.
That's right. You can hear the vibrator in the night sky sometimes at night.
He's not even cute.
They say sometimes when you look out at the sky, you can feel her looking back at you, touching herself.
With wet fingers.
Oh, wow. I get it up to that line, and then Brent just tugs it over.
That's right. That's what I'm here for.
Nathan, tremendous vibrator performance, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's like he's heard one before.
It's, well, you know, I've heard one, been one, you know.
So, Nathan,
Nice.
Yeah, Brendan.
next week's movie.
Oh, yeah, we got a movie next week, don't we?
Give us a little hintski.
All right. Hinsky, for next week. It's time to go to Chicago.
Well, hey, Brent, Spirit, thanks for coming on the show.
No problemo.
Always, man. You know I'm always here for you.
Before we bring on Montrose to give us a little, bless us with his presence, do you guys want to talk about your podcast?
Why, sure, Brendan.
This is
We have a
we wrote this in advance.
That's right. I'm reading off the script.
That's right. No ad
Joe,
libbing.
he put a lot of N-words in here, though, so.
Neighbor.
I kid. Yes, neighbor and ninjas in there a lot. No, but for real, we got a podcast called The Home Video Hustle, and Brendan's actually, well, as this comes out, he should be back this week too, but he was also there last week. So if you like Brendan, come listen to our show too. But if you don't like Brendan, you should still listen because there's plenty of episodes where he's not there. See?
Wow.
I
Appealing
love
to
you,
all
it's
the
all good.
audience members.
But now, we put out episodes every Friday, and videos come out every Wednesday. So if you want to know what movie we're going to talk about on Friday, you can watch that YouTube video on Wednesday. And we're on Twitter. You can follow us there. That's where I'm most active. And that is at capital H, capital V, capital H, capital P, lowercase Oddcast. In the bio, there's a Linktree link. You click that link. Everything else is there. The Patreon, the merch shop, all that good stuff. So yeah, come listen to the Home Video Hustle.
And the Spirit Beater sometimes.
That's
Dropping
right.
gems.
What's your Twitter handle?
It is the Spirit 95.
There you go. The
number
numbers.
95.
THESPIRIT 95 on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
What does that spell?
Um,
Just kidding.
I forget.
I was doing like a little cheer dance while you were spelling it out.
Great for when you can't see each other.
that's the video podcast, right, guys?
That's right. Yeah, on YouTube.
Okay, thank God.
Hey.
All my jokes have been visual tonight.
It's just like Mariah.
Hey,
It's true. That's her specialty. Yeah, so thank you guys again. And Montrose Monkington, would you like to enter the fracas?
Hello! It's your good friend Montrose Monkington III here. So I would like to tell you I do not waste my time with such frivolities as the Serenity movie that does not have Nathan Fillion in it. However, you can see my reviews on wrestling and other things over at Montrose Monkington TV. You can also be friends with me on Facebook at the group Montrose Monkington III Esquire and Friends. And you can also follow me on that Twitter at Montrose III. That's the number 3D. Thank you. More later. Gracious guests, it's always fantastic to see you.
Nice to see you too. I mean, I got a question for you.
Oh, no, please go ahead.
You like bananas, right?
For the most part, yes.
Okay, so me and Brendan had an idea for a podcast that's banana based, and we wanted to see if you wanted to come guest on it.
Continue.
All right. Well, how do you feel about bananas being shotted out?
Shot out of where?
Vagina.
No sex for me, thank you. I'm British.
But see, you can learn. It's a whole new world out here for you, like Aladdin, man.
Yes, well, I don't want that fantastic point of view.
Okay, what if I got a wrestler to be there too?
Which wrestler?
Well, I mean, Shane Douglas is on the line
No.
right now.
Thank you. Goodbye. I just ran out of here.
Wow. Brent, that was instant monkey repellent right there.
I thought that was his favorite shit.
I think it might be actually offensive to him.
You said Shane Douglas, and he took off.
I'll get him next time. See, I had him and Alexa Bliss. I should have led with Bliss, right?
Yes, you have. He would have. He definitely would have been around for shotting out of bananas for Alexa Bliss.
Next
You want to
time,
see?
damn it.
You want to see how a franchise does it?
But you didn't specify which hole it was getting shot out of.
He didn't, but I feel that he would have stuck around for Alexa Bliss regardless.
Roll the dice. Either way, it's money in the bank.
Right.
Or out the bank.
Ooh. Hey.
The Sasha Bank?
Yep.
Hey, next guest.
Money out the Sasha bank. That's what Brent wants.
There you go.
WrestleMania match.
From the Performance Center.
God, I hope that's true, man.
I hope it's also still 7 hours.
Yes.
And everybody's just like,
It was
And there's just
7-hour
one
empty
shot.
arena show.
no, and don't change any of the ideas for the matches. Just have them still play to the crowd as if they're packed.
Yes.
Now preen to the crowd, preen to them.
On that
I'm
note,
so happy Mr. McMahon's getting fucked over like that. I don't like him.
What?
She doesn't like Vince McMahon. She's happy he's getting fucked over on WrestleMania.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I can't see it happening, but
There will be some sort of show come hell or high water.
something.
I guarantee it.
He'll find somewhere to do it. Whether
Yep.
it's his
It's gonna be an outlaw mud show.
if it just ends up being Vince playing the matches out with LJN figures in a WrestleMania ring, it'll happen.
It's gonna be on 2K20.
I just picture Vince McMahon gathering everyone up backstage, just licking a toilet and be like, "Get out there, you fucking pussies!"
Why is he licking a toilet?
Because if
Prove
Vince
that
will
he's a
do it,
man.
because
Okay.
if Vince is willing to do it, you should be willing to do it. That's
Yeah.
the rule.
I took the
He's gonna
bump
go back
so
to
you
having
can
everyone
take
eat his
it.
ass.
What?
Eating ass.
So everybody ate Vince McMahon's
I
ass.
said he's gonna go back to having everyone eat ass.
They were kissing his ass, not
kissing
eating
it.
his ass.
I mean, well, when Rikishi had everyone
Oh my god.
The Vince
it was
McMahon,
very hard to tell.
the Vince McMahon eat my ass club.
I think
Eat my ass.
I think she's got Vince mixed up with Rikishi.
Yeah.
Scoop it out.
I know. I said that he's gonna have everyone going back to eating ass because, when Rikishi would put his ass in everyone's face,
But they
it
were
looked
eating
very-
the ass.
I know, but it looked very motorboat-like, so it's close enough to eating.
Motorboat my ass.
It would have been
That's
great.
what it looked like.
It would have been great if they had done one spot where he did it to Billy or Chuck, and then they were just like, "Yeah, do it again."
Oh, be like that time when Trish was going to do the Bronco Buster and Vince McMahon was like, yeah, come on.
Yeah, or Lawler wanted to take the Bronco Buster from one of the divas, and then Mae Young did it instead. Classic. Anyway,
90s, man.
Anyway, again, thank you guys for coming on the podcast. Always a pleasure.
Thank you for having us here, man. Ruining your show once again.
Always a banana
Anytime.
pleasure.
That's right. We're going to work on that banana podcast sometime soon, Brendan.
That's right. But Nathan,
Yes, Brendan.
I'm assuming other than the banana related content on this show, you also have some questions about this movie.
I had actually no questions about the banana related content because I listened to that episode. So
It's the best one.
y'all need Jesus. I'm just saying.
Amen.
He needs us.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
So
Sometimes I feel like I
Serenity.
need you.
Got any Serenity
Serenity?
questions?
Yeah, I got some Serenity questions for you.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so in a movie that immediately just steals the title from a considerably way better, more popular movie,
Yeah.
and has a dynamic cast and Jason Clarke, and with a movie where we have a fish named Justice, and with a movie where it's supposed to be a fish simulator and it turns out to be a murder simulator, and the game is kind of sentient, and the characters have some sort of weird psychic connection to the person who's playing it, and with a movie that is easily the best adaptation of the show Reboot that I've ever seen.
Don't forget the dad's butt.
And Matt McConaughey's butt as seen through the eyes of his son, I have to ask,
Yeah.
what were they thinking?
It's time, let's check our cue, baby. Pair it with a couple brews, baby. We love good movies. We love the bad ones too. So we watch them all and pass their lessons on to you. Oh yeah. Everything I learned from movies helps to make life a little bit groovy. With a one-liner plot holes and gratuitous movies. It's time to get busy with your friend Steve and Izzy.
At eilfm.podbean.com.